Hello, Internet, and welcome to the second episode of my second time going through Isaac. And let me just unmute that real quick. Not second time going through Isaac as a whole, second time playing Isaac on stream. I've been doing a bit of playing since my last stream slash recording sesh. But, you know. I didn't unlock anything. So, Burning Basement. My absolute favorite starting area, as most of you know. Since most of you would probably be like 1 or 2 at the most. Ooh. I got a bomb early. I don't have any money. I'll come back to this. Lucky's Horns isn't bad, but it's not very reliable as a damage upgrade. It's kind of just like, I don't know, if you have Brimstone, if you have something that makes your tears huge, you can do some really breaking stuff with it, but I don't think I'm going to know if I'll get all that just yet. It doesn't necessarily say what I want it to on my stream at the moment. I'm multitasking myself by looking at different monitors. Let's go. Let's fight the boss. So I have been doing much work on, I mean, not much work, but more work than I have been in the the last good amount of time on YouTube and the like. This is 2 nights in a row I've been, no, maybe just 1 night. 2 nights in a row that I've been streaming slash recording videos. And hopefully I can keep that up, and eventually I'll have enough videos that someone will be curious enough to watch all the way through, or I might post it somewhere eventually. I haven't posted my first video to Reddit yet. Oh, it looks like I have 4 viewers. Welcome, viewers. This is the show where Ben, the streamer, me, decides to kill himself and Isaac. Yes, health down plus full health. Yeah, and you know, it's a nice place. It's a nice place with nice viewers. Now there's 3. That says something. Technically 2, because I'm one of them. So greetings there, to viewers. How's life? My life is pretty good. I have what? Oh, no, I'm keeping the key pendant. I have like at least 1 friend, and they're pretty cool most of the time, unless they're not. But you know, it's how life goes. Fighting Mr. Spidey Legs. Now it's one of you. It's disappointing. You see, I think it has something to do with, well, a bunch of shit, but probably mostly shit I don't care too much about. I'm using the bomb there. That wasn't, the best use, but now I have a lot more bombs. Or 1 more bomb than I used to, so I can spend at least 1 reroll on it. And if I spend 1 reroll on it, then it's more likely I'll end up spending 2 rerolls on it. Because Loki's Horns at least isn't like a damage down. I don't know if there are any. Yeah, there are damage downs. But like, it could be something relatively amazing. That I don't want, because I want to beat the game as... Oh, fuck. You know what? There's a guaranteed Mega Satan, so... If I can stay alive through this run will turn into a Mega Satan run. In which case, that will be great, for I will advance my post-it note, and hopefully advance my reputation as a whole. Hey, look at that guy. He beat Mega Satan as Cain, because that's how I judge people. I judge people on whether they beat Mega Satan as Cain. If they haven't, I'm like, well, sorry, man. I would have been friends with you, except you just didn't end up beating Mega Satan as Cain, and that's just too big of a commitment as you as a person to not have done. And so I would I would totally abandon this theoretical person who doesn't exist. Or maybe he does and I'm just passive aggressively poking it at him and there's just no one knows. Does that? Oh, it works for both of them. That's cool. I mean, I'll take it because if I die and then respawn as Blue Barbie, I can at least do it as that character. Not gonna take that. The paperclip is 10 times better than any one of you. No good. Goddamn smarmy trinkets like the chocolate bar that makes you poop. Just like every chocolate bar I've seen in the recent history. Everything you eat eventually makes you poop. It's just... Oh, did I just... Huh. Anyway, you could eat like a child and that would still make you poop. You could eat just any food and it would eventually make you poop unless you died. And even then, sometimes it still does. Depending on how close after you ate you died, because your butt muscles relax and then your insides come outside. I'm an expert on the topic, of course. You can tell by my great renown on keys. I always find more keys as Kane than I do as other characters, which is weird, because Kane's whole deal is he starts with a key. I mean, this is not a whole deal, but that's the reason a lot of people would take him. Plus, he's more unique out of the original characters than some of the others, because he only shoots tears out of one side of his head. And that's not unique to Kane. That's a... I don't know, I think it's unique to Kane unless someone gets certain items. I think not chemical peel, but there's some items that make it so you only shoot out of one side. It's more direct, but it doesn't really affect gameplay. So, I've been considering what games I would be playing in the future. I think if I can keep up a, not nightly, but like semi-nightly recording schedule, I can be putting out one episode of me playing Isaac, and then one episode of me playing any other game that I choose. I'm considering making the Isaac series, like, Isaac's definitely happening, and then I'll have other series that will go around that unless it gets really unpopular. This is always considering that I actually have viewers. So, theoretically, if I had a lot of viewers, like 200, not 2, but like 200 people watching my videos, and only like 10 of them like saw, or whoa, I thought that hurt me. It's just slidey. I was never, that stuff hurts me. Yeah, that I would expect. It's glowing. I wonder if that effect, yeah, I think it probably is. If the creep color is glowing like that, it'll deal you damage, but if it's not, you can just slide right over it. Sliding. I think, actually, I don't think this works anymore, but Dad's key used to be able to open up the devil room after a fight, in which case, whew, that'll be great, because I already have this, so I don't need to rely on angel rooms to get the key. Because this key fits all locks. Ooh. Yoinks. So, I'll be able to, yep, yo, dude, I did it. Oh, first of all, okay, it doesn't work in this. I'm gonna try it. Kill me, do it. Okay, it looks like it was a health up, range down. I can check my damage. I don't know if that's how much damage I start with, but it's not that bad. A range up would be great. Well, but last time I won a round, or got to the end game and beat it there, I had used number 1 as my first item, which is so great, because number 1's a great item. Woo. Oh, I have 1 half heart remaining, so I gotta be extra careful with this remaining half heart until I find more. So just give me something. No! Yeah, see. Oh, now I'm blue baby. I guess I can make this into a blue baby run. Now I have 2.5 soul hearts. Take two soul hearts. I hate these new things. I never really liked the original 1.5. I never liked the original version of these, but it's just one. It's just, I always dodge exactly to the point where I can't dodge the same way for both, because I'll get hit by the tears, which I'm pretty sure is the intent of those tears. Oh, I almost just did it. So I'm already in a really bad position because of very many reasons. Whoa. Most of which being entirely accurate to the situation. That was okay, I died. I think if I die this soon in an episode, I'll play again. Just because that was a really fast death, and a lot of things could have gone differently, and I could have had a much longer episode. I like all my episodes to be at least half an hour, I think. That sounds like a good amount of time for a typical Issac episode. If it gets longer, that way, I think that way, people will be more motivated to watch it. I mean, if they're ever, but, like, if I see a really long video, I'll assume the reason it's long is because they beat the game. But with shorter videos, you could either assume that they beat it really fast, they had to end it early for some reason, or they died early on. I don't want to give people that tip off, because I always found it not fun, but just it gave away a lot more than it would have otherwise. So that's my essential reasoning behind that topic of thought. Never bad. X-ray vision. Oh, Christ. Oh, double Christ. See, I don't have Dad's key this time, so I have to rely on angel rooms. Or not definitely. If I can get at Dad's key, that'll be a difference, but as of now, Dad's key is not in my inventory. Come on. Yeah, almost. I'm trying to bring him one of these bombs over here, because I don't have any right now. And I'd love to get that. Yeah, perfect. That chest. And now I have. I always thought this guy was pretty cool as a mini boss. So the whole, like, 7 deadly sins sort of mini boss scheduling they have. Justice. So many pickups for me. I am not one for advertising of cannibalistic mentors or colorful children. I don't think lightly of many who use such an argument in their day-to-day life. See, I'm rambling because I feel like I have to fill up every second with airtime. I want this to be, if you converted any episode over to just raw audio, it would sound like one of the white noise machines you use online. Ah! So, like, you just hear mumbling and you're like, oh, that's nice. Gotta love that mumbling of that man on the internet. That's what I want to be thought of when I die. I don't want to be thought, oh, Ben, he was a good friend of mine. He didn't kill anybody that I know of in his whole life. And so, I want them to be like, that's the guy who's the actual voices behind, wait, no, just like how BB-8 actually had someone voicing his lines, they just distorted it. It's like, he could be saying anything, and we just assume it was something else. Like, he could be calling everyone in the movie fucking motherfucker for the entire movie. Like, even more Samuel L. Jackson than Samuel L. Jackson. And we'd still assume, oh, it's cute. He's a baby. He's a droid. He's smaller. People assume he's. I don't know if it's a he. I don't give droids gender. But fucking Christ, you see, when I start dying, I get on a roll of dying, and then I decide dying is the best course for me to go on. And so, again, that was a very short run, so... This is like watching people who do Lost runs. Like, I don't watch people who do Lost runs, but if I did, it would feel a lot like that, because people would die on Ragman instead of on... I'm gonna guess what I die on right now. One of those fucking slimy worm motherfuckers. And if that's true, I'm gonna shit myself. Because, again, everyone poops. That children's book that exists for rebellious children who say poop too much, I guess? I don't know why that book exists, because you'd think it would just reinforce that word being said in public situations. But I suppose there's no way to really ever know that. Yoink. So I would not be surprised. Oh, shark. If that is the case. Now, I have a friend named Joe. And he is a cool guy. Because his name is 3 letters long, and I only like people with names that are 3 letters long, because they reflect my own short name. Just as in cannibalism respects its true form of diet, so too do 3-letter names reflect the true system that should be implemented for naming. So arcade games, instead of just putting in your initials, you can put in your whole name. That's the one thing I'm fighting for in this world. 3-letter names being mandatory. So you can, like, get all the 3-letter names by employing, like, I don't know, an algorithm that... I'm sure if that happens, people will just be named AAA, so they can get through naming processes a lot faster. The keyboard will be exactly the same, but like babies born this month lists will all be like, hey, that's Ben. Hey, that's Joe. Hey, that's fuck. Will doesn't work anymore. Hey, that's Will with 1 L. Just yet say it slightly shorter. Instead of how L's normally... Ooh. Nice. Instead of how L's normally sound, it's just the L, but shorter. It's Will. Like Will? No, Will. Oh, gee, Will occurs. That's great, actually. I need to play with the music on more with Isaac. I've mentioned that the reason I don't generally is because I'm listening to stuff or watching stuff, and that's true. If I wasn't attempting to do this run, I would definitely be listening to something as I played this, or I just wouldn't be playing this. I don't want to play this as much if I'm trying to record my progress in a video series, but I feel like it would be interesting. Hum's coin purse. Look at this. What's this? Good pill. Oh, yes. What's it like? That's very much better. Retrovision. I'll pop it on this floor because I don't think it carries over. Anyways, this game is Binding of Isaac. It's a good game. I think you should play it. Yes, you, right there. You viewer. You're watching me right now. I'll guess your name. It's oh, fuck. Give me a letter. Give me a letter to start with, and I'll guess your name. I want to be an interactive channel. Interact with me, viewer. Yeah, you. You know you want to. Sign into the chat. Log into your channel so you can use the chat. I'm sure you should listen to me. The almighty knowing... Crap, it is carrying over. The almighty knowing God of this channel. Me. Ben. 3-letter words. Ben and will travel. That's not 3 letters. Fuck. I've already failed my mission I mean, travel wouldn't be a name anyways, but it shouldn't matter in this situation. Ooh, that's health, right? Oh, yes. I think I regain health periodically through this. See, right there. I just regained it periodically. Just one period audically. I regained it. Okay, boss fight. I got pretty much everything I need to get from this floor. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to be going for Angel Rooms, the Hush fight. I mean, Angel Rooms would be signifying Mega Satan instead of the Hush fight, but I don't know if I want to do Mega Satan or Hush yet. If I can pull both off, I'd love to, but that just means I'm very skeptical around Devil Deals at the moment. So I won't be taking them. Fuck. I'm not taking it. I just saying fuck because that fucking hand came down on me like a wrecking ball. It's just gonna wreck me. I don't know Miley Cyrus songs. It's weird how certain songs or certain artists get as much publicity as they do, because it's very rare that one artist puts out only good songs. Like, think about it. Most of the time, the reason you like some of people's songs is because you listen to them a long time. After enjoying one song from one particular artist, you decide to invest more effort in that artist. And, oh, great. And just, it gives you a bias against all other not all other songs, unless you're really into that artist, but against songs that they made. It's just, you like them more, and so you're gonna go after them more. Like, I'm guilty of it as well. Many people are. Decemberists, for example, great band. I listened to one of their songs, Googled them, and now I'm not in love with them. I'm not gonna sell my soul for anybody, unless it was legit the devil, and I got like something sick out of the deal. And I don't know. If they're like, hey, dude, I'll give you an Xbox for your soul, and I'm like, what's the catch? Oh well. Your soul, it normally you would have it forever, but now you just lose it after a small amount of time. I'd be kind of like, what happens when I lose my soul? So you don't get to go to heaven, but heaven's just a place where a bunch of fucking clouds hang out, and you get to chill with me instead. Oh, what do you like? Oh, I like taxes. I like other stereotypical devil stuff. I'm basically pretty on the dot. The only difference is there aren't actually flames. It's more of the area where the gay people go, because God has like forsaken them or something. So it's a flaming paradise down there. I know it's a very disrespectful stereotype. It's not true at all. These guys are great. It's just heaven doesn't like them anymore, so they're sending them down here. Oh fuck, should I take it? Oh fuck, I don't want to re-roll it. Magic fingers. I wish I fucking re-rolled it. I hate this item. Anyways, sign up for this monthly fee of 1 soul per your life, but not until later. I wonder if they take the soul immediately or they take it when you die. Because if they don't take it when you die, could you, like, go to another god or another devil from, like, some other religion and be like, I'll trade my soul, but then he's, like, already traded his soul to someone else, so they has to have, like, a war, not a war, but, like, a court case about the soul that someone took and someone gave, and it's like that episode of SpongeBob where he goes down to the fucking dark area, goes down that vertical wall, which always made me mad as a kid. And then Mr. Krabs there, like, asking for SpongeBob's soul, and he's like, oh, it's already taken, those guys have it. It's a whole bunch of bullshit. I likened it to SpongeBob since it's the first thing I thought of, but Christ. I think there's probably other situations in which it might apply. Great. Ooh. Time for the weekly book recommendation. First time I've done this, so I just made that up. Read Ready Player One. It's a good book. You should read it because it's good. There's my props to that book. It's 8 minutes. I'll leave before 10. No, I should just leave because I have no reason to stay behind, and I really want to get the Hush fight. Even though at this point, unless I get some good damage ups, this is not going to be enough to kill that Slimy motherfucker. I enjoy the womb, but it never feels slimy enough. See, that if this was any other game being streamed, that would just be too much of a comment. Unless like it was in a baby game where a bunch of babies lived in a womb together, and like one of the babies was rich and the other baby had to play with them to get less unrich. See, I'm great at coming up with ideas for things that should never become things. Ugh. I've had many ideas of the like. I'm having a blank right now as to what they were, which is classic me. Classic me. Just thinking things and then not writing them down somewhere. Like, oh, you just thought your name. Why didn't you write it down? You knew it like 10 minutes ago. Crap. I legit forgot my name once. I was at... I don't fucking even remember. It's a long time ago. I was younger. It was back when I couldn't even spell my last name. It's complicated. I had to memorize a rhyme to get my last name down. Anyways, I was signing up for something, and they had a field for my name, and I just spaced out for like a minute staring at this line that's accusing me of being an idiot, and I accept his diagnosis of my idiocy. Idiosyncrasy. That's not the right word either, but I'm using it because, you know what? I am the bomb.com, and I can do what I want with my life most of the time. If it's like Satan coming to me for my soul, I probably shouldn't be trusted with that situation, just because of many reasons that exist. But mostly because I'm irresponsible with things that I should not be. Like, hey dude, we're gonna trade your leg for this sweet hot tub, but it's gonna be sort of like a kind of a hostage situation. I'm gonna be like, oh well, you gotta give us this money, or else this kind old man will not receive his leg back from us, the leg bankers. And so people will be like socially pressured into giving their money to save this old man who would be completely fine without it. Like, losing a leg isn't that big of a deal in today's society, because I think if you have a disability like that, you get granted some sort of pension. Don't take my words in this. Again, I use words wrong all the time just because I think that's how they're supposed to be used. Oh, well, that saved a bunch of my issues. Oh, soul heart, how you glow. Cripes. There goes my soul heart, how it glowed. Oh, cry. Rosary. I am getting those angel deals now. I mean, not necessarily, but it's very likely. That rosary, I mean, now I'm going to get a Bible from my next shop, but still, that rosary was quite a play for me in this game of ours. Oh, look at that. Game froze for a second. Oh, things you think that should be added in Afterbirth Plus. I'm glad that you mentioned that. Well, I think there should be some sort of mode that allows people to... I mean, online co-op would be great, but it doesn't seem to work very well in this game. I don't think it would be. Maybe, I mean, there already is the baby system for co-op. But I think if there was a system that lets people play online with each other, not necessarily with each other, but kind of like split screen, simultaneous like, that still allowed you to get achievements, that'd be cool. Because I would love to do seeded runs with people, but I feel like if they're not completed with Isaac, and I'm like, hey, use this seed, we'll play some Isaac, see who wins. It'll be unfair to them, because they won't be receiving a seed, or the any XP or achievements they would have been getting otherwise from this smarmy cunt who decided to be like, hey, play with me so I can expand my repertoire of periodic chances to become popular. That's the best way I could have possibly phrased that. You're right, one fan. You're goddamn right. Ooh. Almost every time I've gotten Lil Shag, yeah, recently, I've gotten the Soul Bum. Soul Bum. The Soul Bum of the game. Never gotten Super Bum. I'd love to get Super Bum, but I have not received the bum of Super yet. It's sad, but true. I forget what song that's from. I'll remember it eventually, but... Not... Oh, crikes. I hate these guys with all of the fury of 1,000 suns. Just... Oh my god. I'm so bad at dealing with this particular enemy. It's probably killed me many, many times. I used to be better, but there was a period of time where I stopped playing Isaac. And that fucked me up. And also between this time period was after I had gotten used to Rebirth. Oh. So. Ooh. 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 Nice. So much of this is conjecture. Since. Shit. I basically get an entire heart per room because of Chad now. Because of I love synergies. Many more games should have synergies like this. Not like this particularly, but like in general, more games should have synergies. You got gun? Oh, you got gun gun? You get gun gun gun. 3 guns for the price of 2 guns. See, that's how gun gets multiplied in the gun game. That's how the gun game should be structured. Not how Isaac should be structured, because gun would probably be an insta-kill on many of the enemies here. Probably more effective on the ones that should be more powerful, like both of the final bosses. They're just children-sized, so guns are generally super effective on that part. This should increase my tiers, right? Yeah, it does. But then again, my damage... Actually, hold up, son. My tiers are down to the normal level now. That means tiers up can be super good. This is like... Libra. Honey. Look up. Honey. Many things seem to be going my way in this run so far. That's good, because I couldn't tell if this guy shot in all 4 directions, 2 directions. I mean, I don't think all 4 direction bloopers, that's not their name, but that's what they're called now, do spawn this close to the floor, the main floor of the house, which is the easiest way of saying the higher levels, or lower levels or higher levels. That's weird to think of. I guess you shouldn't consider them levels at all, because they're floors. But even then, it's generally... Oh, that's not bad. Psychic with triple tiers? Probably a decent choice, all thoughts considered. Because, like, I don't know, homing. I don't like how people generally never took this item. I always thought homing was probably one of the best effects you could have in a game. Like, it's not the strongest homing there is in games, but it's still homing. And, like, I feel like it should be more widely respected. There's many things that are in other games, but aren't in Rebirth in most situations. But I don't think homing shots would be, because, I don't know. I think it had a much higher charge. I think it had a 4-room charge time in the original game. It might have gotten better rep in this game, as it were, but I can't be sure. Oh, zoinks. The other day I found, just by thinking a little bit, which I generally don't do. Ooh, compass. Shoop. That I have been replacing swear words with normal words. For example, the other day, or not the other day, but recently I've been saying sharks or sharks instead of shit. And I've ended up doing that with most swears. I just pick one of the letters in the beginning and just continue. Really? Really? This is the boss you chose for me. The boss that's based off the enemy, or vice versa, that I despise wholeheartedly. Ha! Since it's a heart. Whoa. It's like, Hagglass doesn't damage things, do it? No. It do not. Piercing shot would be so great. Half the time, the only time I see this boss, is during... Oof. During boss rush. Which I like to do if there's any item in there that I might find useful. I always tend to check, unless I'm going for like Hush or something, in which case speed is of the essence of the evanescence! Maybe homings would be good for this. See, like, if it just homed around them and... Oh! It'd be cool if they homed on the weak spot. Like, a lot of bosses only have one spot that can be damaged. I mean, not as much in Isaac, but in general. Oh, in a lot of fights, there's like that glowing spot on the boss's dick that's like, you should hit here, or you should just stop in general. Just stop it with all of your sass, you motherfucking piece of crap. Woo! I mean, I'm sure some bosses are that mean to the player, but a lot of them can't be, since a lot of people of different ages play these games. This is one of the great games that a parent would never buy for their child unless the child was an entirely devious liar, in which case it shouldn't matter for the child's innocence at all. But, like, if a parent looks at this and sees the content, they're not going to be like, oh, that's fine. You're not going to introduce your child. I mean, it won't be as... Really? Okay, there you go. I used the Bible. Fuck the Bible. Just put that on my tombstone, please. Fuck the Bible. Make some Christians mad. I had a funeral to read my last will and testament. Actually, probably not at the funeral. I don't think they do that at the funeral. I don't know if they do that before or after you die. I mean, not you die, but... Whoa! Before or after you... Going down. You are buried. It's not like someone can kill you faster to get the stuff you were promised faster. But it's still something to think about. Whew. I've thought for a long time that once I die, not once I die, but before I die, planning up to my death, not like planning my death, but like if I had enough time and money, I'd like to erect a global scavenger hunt sort of thing. So I could, I don't know, be notable in history. Yep. I based a lot off the Ready Player One book I recommended earlier in the episode. Dick. Wah. Just because I feel like scavenger hunts are really fucking cool. And not used enough in adult life. Like, there should be some, I mean, I'm sure there might be. I'm not the head of a company. But I think there should be a company that prides itself on making, like, whenever enough people... Actually, this wouldn't work for a lot of companies it wouldn't work for. But for, like, companies where physical, it's not strength. Yeah, I guess strength and dexterity and speed are good to be, ooh. Good for the game. What's this one do? Oh, that's great. I barely take any, usable items. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna pop this. Because when triple shots are homing, and if you can hit the entire body of an enemy that doesn't move too fast, they're essentially triple damage. Because, like, normally, I think sun's better here. Normally triple shots kind of just like a wider area of effect. Maybe you can get 2 shots in. If you're close enough, you can probably get 3 shots in. But on most rooms, triple shot, like, for example, this room, I'm not getting all 3 shots on my target most of the time. But with homing, it kind of pinches up the cone you get. I think even without too much enemy intervention. Oh. But, I don't know, it's really interesting, the synergies and what they do in Rebirth. The other day, my successful run was Tech X plus Tech X and Godhead, which I haven't gotten too many times. I think there should be statistics in the game that tell you how many times you've gotten specific items. So like you can see how many times you've gotten fuck, how many times you've gotten fuck, how many times you've gotten shit, damn, heck, all the different swears. I can use it here because I think there's more than enough rooms before. Yeah, that increases my chance of hitting tenfold. So like I was saying, I think, let's see. Okay, I'm not on center, and even when I was, it didn't work. Range up, that's great. A range up with this kind of thing just gives you a huge cone of influence. Not that aiming with the furthest one out is the most natural, but it's completely doable. And it's pretty useful too. Let's see, I was thinking about using the homing shots again before I got to the boss, which would have been fine, but there were 2 rooms, well, there were 4 rooms left in the floor, one of them being a self-sacrifice room, but still, if there had been one less room that wasn't one of, oh Christ, if there had been one less room that didn't contain anything, then I would have been not able to use my homing shots on Mom. Oh. So, my biggest issue with Isaac, and it's not even a big issue, but the biggest problem I have with this game is just how addictive it is. Because it's just, I don't know. I love the game, but that's why I can't love the game. I'm gonna die here because I'm spacing out. But, I don't know. I get to the point where the only game I'll end up playing is this game, even though I have so many games, and I died. See, I told you. I fucking told you. And it's, I don't know. See, in a normal situation, I would restart this game, but it's 4 a.m., and so I think I'm going to end both the stream and the recording the episode. There have been three separate plays in this episode, 2 of which didn't get very far. The third died on Mom. I'm extremely embarrassed about myself, but what are you gonna do? I guess get better, but I don't know. Either way, that was Isaac. You should know what Isaac is if you're watching this video and you're at this point in the video. So, I'm glad to say I've gotten another episode done, and I'll try to upload it tonight. I'll see what I can do. Anyways, this is bensneb, and this is goodbye for the second episode. Sure.